What's up, y'all?
Hi, guys. We hit 3 years.
We did.
We hit 3 years, guys.
It's been 3 years of doing this podcast.
Yeah.
And it went by fast, actually. I was surprised.
It really did.
But it was 3 years ago in March that we started. So we're in April now. We're actually a little bit beyond 3 years.
Right. So thanks for supporting us
Thank
these
you.
past 3 years. And if you are new, go ahead and subscribe. I can never say that. To help us celebrate.
Yeah. Do that now.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Just between you and me, this is nice. There's no tricks. Ooh, there's love.
Welcome to Just John in April, a relationship podcast, your place to level up your intimacy. Lance J Radio Network.
Just what do I have to do to let you know?
How you doing, man?
Hey. What happened?
I was supposed to do Paragon 7.
Oh, yeah.
I should have done it earlier, but
That's okay.
Paragon 7 Studios, Lance J
Yes.
Radio. We're excited to be here with Lance as usual.
As usual.
And we're excited about what's going on in the world.
So much going on, y'all.
It doesn't seem
Too
like
much.
this Will Smith thing is going to end, does
It's
it?
not. Listen, it's not going to end. This thing is going to go on.
There's literally a new story every day, babe.
It is.
Every single day.
You know, I feel like it's going to keep going because we haven't even heard from Chris yet.
I don't feel like we're going to hear from him now.
I feel like we have to.
I
He
mean,
knows that.
I guess at some point.
He knows
So,
that. And he said he was going to talk about it, just not now because he's still processing the fact that he was slapped in the face during the Oscars.
Is Chris going to
So-
wait to use this for material in his stand-up, or is he just not going to talk about it because he's a meme now?
Oh, well, I think years from now, he's definitely going to use it in stand-up.
So you think he's not going to talk about it for a number of years?
You know, I think that, this is something that I think it's hit him more than anything has in his career.
Hit him?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Oh, man.
I definitely agree. It's hit him more
because
than anything else in his career.
double entendre, okay? No, but seriously, there are always hecklers. There's always somebody in the audience that probably says stuff, probably throwing stuff at you. But I'm not sure he's ever been attacked. But even if he has, if he's attacked by a stranger or some guy or girl that's at the event, that's very different than someone that you actually did a show with on The Fresh Prince. You guys did one of those shows together. He was on Fresh Prince.
Yes.
As a guest.
April, I actually think that would be an excellent bit for him to do in a stand-up. To basically go down the list of the worst heckling, attack, whatever kind of situations he's had, and then rate them, and then put Will Smith on there. I'm trying to think of how he could do it in a way that doesn't seem like he's weak or that he's trying to be like get over it, or he's trying to use it as to be cathartic. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. That's why it needs to happen later.
Maybe much later from now.
It needs to happen later because if you notice, stuff that ends up, years down the line, we can joke about it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, you really can't.
But in the moment, what's happening right now is that his tickets are all going up.
Listen,
he had $40 tickets
becoming,
to sit in a certain spot that are now $400 tickets.
And his front seat or whatever floor seats, 1,000, 1,400, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
wow. But
so clearly, people want to know if he's going to say
I
something
had,
right now.
$400 that I would want to spend on that. I would like just $400. It's fine.
Just
I would
around.
go definitely,
You need
no
to check
doubt.
and see if he's going to be in DC soon.
Right.
Okay, so we saw an article today, which is why we're bringing this up, about two individuals who I would love to hear from what their perspective is on this. Tatyana Ali.
And see, let me just say this. This is why this can go on for so long.
Because everybody that comes out and says something, now there's a
whoever
whole new
says
story.
something, I want to know,
Right.
I want to hear from a lot of people.
Right.
I want
What's
to
their
hear from a
perspective?
lot of actors and how did you, when that happened, how did you experience it?
Right.
when you saw, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, I do. I want to know that because
I also want to know from these people who seem to have a little bit better of an understanding of these people because they've interacted with them more often. So, is Will like this? Is Chris Rock, a mean guy? Stuff like that.
Right.
So anyway, Ashley from Fresh Prince, that is Tatyana Ali, she came out, she broke her silence and talked about the situation, and she actually... Okay, let me just ask you this question. If there's a person on the Fresh Prince cast that you think would support Will no matter what, which cast member do you think it would be? And if there's a person that you think would be against Will, which cast member would you think that would be? And of course, Uncle Phil has already passed away, but we can say living or dead if Uncle Phil was still alive. You know what I'm saying?
I think Jazzy Jeff would support him
Okay.
in a very ambiguous way.
Okay, so you think Jazz would try not to, make it seem like he was,
Definitely.
so he wouldn't say anything too over the top,
No.
where he would get crucified by the media,
Right.
But he would try to stand by his boy,
Right, and then you
Okay.
say, but do you agree with him? You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
You would be able to know. Okay, all right, all right.
Okay, he's supporting him.
Okay. Who do you think will be against him? Like, definitely.
I would say, I would think the second Aunt Viv
Would be against him.
would be against his behavior.
I would think the first
Because
Aunt Viv would be against him because they fell out like that.
Well, that's true. That's true. And the only reason why I said second is because when I watched that little documentary about the show, she seemed like she was very
No, you're talking about the documentary or the reunion?
Reunion.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
yeah,
the
yeah,
reunion.
yeah.
The reunion,
Which was really good, by the
and
way.
it was really documentary-ish in a way.
It was,
because they
it was.
interviewed them
You're
and
right.
went back and
It
showed.
was.
So it had that
That's true.
documentary feel. But she was very like stand for what's right. Like I'm not going to, because I think they talked about something about, certain episodes where they were being portrayed a certain way. And she was like, no,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
So she kind of has to
Yes.
me that stand up for what's right attitude.
Yes.
So I would think that she would say, no, that behavior is not accepted.
Okay.
It's not acceptable.
So I actually think, I don't know why, because I don't know these people personally, but I
Right.
actually think Tatyana Ali, Ashley, would be the one to support Will.
To support
no
him.
matter what.
Yeah.
And I think
if
the
I was
first
gonna-
Aunt Viv would not support him just because of what we know about their falling out.
I
and all
agree
that
with
kind
you.
of stuff.
I would not even think that the first Aunt Viv would support him. I think
Right.
she might be like, I've seen that side of him.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been through that myself.
Seen, not
Yeah.
that he hit her, but you know what I'm saying?
No,
I've seen that.
but I've seen the ability to hold a grudge, and,
Right, or to diss somebody really hard, or
something like that.
So I definitely agree with you, and I would say that Tatyana would be one to say, ambiguously supporting too.
Okay, so you think
see
she would
what
support, but
I feel
ambiguously
like
too.
everyone would ambiguously support, except for the second Aunt Viv, in my mind.
Okay.
I agree with you about the first Aunt Viv
Okay.
and why she wouldn't.
Yes.
I would say that Uncle Phil, if he was alive, would respond like Denzel.
Okay,
More of a
like
wisdom, like
yes, like a father
giving,
figure,
right?
Yeah.
Giving the truth,
Yeah,
but more
yeah.
in, we need to be praying for him because
Yes,
that
yes,
kind of thing.
yes.
So
this was a family. This was a show that we grew up watching in the '90s that we loved. We really enjoyed the reunion.
Yes,
this
I
was
loved it so
a
much.
black family show that was sort of kind of wholesome.
It was
Sometimes.
sometimes,
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't too over the top.
Right.
So I actually, if I would transport myself back to high school, I think I would view these characters in a particular way. And so for me, Ashley would support him and Viv, first one, would not.
Okay.
All right.
So let's
So
read.
now it makes what they said pretty interesting because we have the response of Tatyana Ali and the first Aunt Viv.
Right. So it says here, Ali says that while she still supports
Hold
Smith.
on. What article is this? Who did this? This is Black
This
Enterprise?
is Black Enterprise.
Yeah,
okay. The #1 black digital media brand.
Yes.
Okay. And she said, it says Ali says that while she still supports Smith, so you can still support someone, right?
Yes.
His actions were dead wrong.
Okay.
So she was straight up
Yes.
dead wrong, right?
That's not ambiguous.
That's not ambiguous
At all.
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't think she
first
was
of all, I
gonna
respect
speak.
her for
I
that.
respect her for that.
Yes.
Okay. She began. This is what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, "Took me a while to get my thoughts together. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and love is love."
Okay. Wow.
So I agree with her. I think it took a while for everybody to get their thoughts together. And that's why a week later, basically, people are finally able to express their feelings about it, because it took a while to process that thing. You know, even Wanda Sykes, she was like, I had to process that. Like, she said it hit her in the gut.
That's what Wanda Sykes said?
Yes. She said it made her feel, she said she was shaking. And really, when I saw it, and I saw the replay, it actually made me like, whoa, like I felt some things inside of me as well.
When we went live that night, right after the Oscars was over, to react to it, I remember feeling pretty shaken.
And, you know, the thing is, I mean, we're human.
Of course.
You know, I want to, you know, but I think, too, when you think someone's a certain way and they're not even that, you know, almost like, you know, somebody says, oh, that person wouldn't hurt a fly.
Yes.
You would be very surprised if they hurt a fly.
Yes.
Because you see them a certain way because of the way that they have portrayed themselves for years.
And we have not seen anything. We hadn't heard anything, at least, until we went live the other night and chimes were chiming in.
Yeah, and they were
we didn't know anything about Will ever slapping anybody.
Exactly. This is something that's happened before.
Yeah,
and, you know, but again, you know, again,
all right, so that's Tatyana's response. Now, what about Aunt Viv? I don't remember her name. What's her name in here?
And let me finish.
Oh, there's more.
She says, it's more Tatyana. I love #Will Smith very much. Chris Rock didn't deserve to be hit, period.
Okay.
My heart aches for what has happened. I don't know what caused the chaos and confusion, but I do know that Will has a big heart.
Okay.
I've seen him many times try his best to do what is right. I believe in him. So I feel
so
like
she's still really
she said she supported
saying,
him.
I love this guy, but that was just wrong.
And I know that if he read that, he would say, you're right. He would have to.
I think so, too.
He would have to. And the way that he's responded by resigning and everything, I think he would, you know, like to
agree
hear
with
that from her. Yeah. Right?
What about Aunt Viv? Janet Hubert is her name,
Hold on, I'm
right?
not done.
There's more?
Ali went on to say, in part, I love Will Smith very much. Chris Rock didn't deserve to be hit, period. My heart aches for what happened. So she really feels like, you know, her love for her, it sounds like, makes it so that she can tell this and say this honestly because she knows who he is personally.
Okay. All right, Janet Hubert
sorry.
now. What'd she say?
You've been waiting on Janet Hubert.
Yes.
Aunt Viv. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the first one. This is the OG Aunt Viv.
It's Aunt Viv. But whatever.
Yeah, Aunt Viv. Sorry. I don't say Aunt.
I'm just saying how Will says it.
He doesn't say Aunt
we don't
Viv.
say Aunt either, but I'm just saying.
Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so where is it? Okay, so it says here, she said, so proud of you. She said that. And says, yes, there is only so much one can take.
So she is literally siding with Will all the way, which is super surprising.
But no, it isn't.
Keep going.
No, it's not.
Keep going.
And I'm going to tell you why it's not.
All right,
okay?
tell us a second.
Sometimes you have to slap back. Celebrate the win. Nothing else matters. Both actions were incorrect, but Chris didn't need to go there.
So she's really saying that she felt like Chris was the instigator of this whole thing.
Now,
and that there's only so much you can take, and then at some point you got to slap back.
Now let me tell you why I feel like she would say this.
Because she did the same thing to Will.
She did it to Will. She slapped back.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the videos? Have y'all seen her reaction, her response to Will's actions towards her?
Right.
And the way she felt about that and what he did to her career, according to her perspective and what happened on her end.
Yeah.
She really went in on him.
She did.
She went in. So, I mean, you have to think about, that's personalities.
Right.
And you have to think about where these people came from.
So she's just really siding with what she herself went through.
That's what I would say. That's why it actually did not surprise me that she said that, even though your perspective, I like that. Initially, before I read this, I would think that she would be against him.
Now, here's the thing,
because of how much she hated Will at one point.
Exactly right. Now, doesn't she say something in there about Chris Rock not being a nice guy?
Oh, yes, she did. I'm sorry. So it says right here, Hubert also took a deeper dig at Rock, saying, met him once. It was enough for me. Very mean-spirited.
Wow.
And I hear other people saying Chris is the nicest guy you ever meet.
Right.
And he'll never hurt a fly.
Right.
I mean.
So what do you really know about these people?
What do you really know? Yeah. And it may have been he had a bad day when you met him. You met him once.
Right.
So that wasn't, you can't really give a whole, of who a person is, but first impressions are lasting ones.
There's no question about that. So anyway, this goes against what I figured. I would have thought the exact opposite. I would have never thought that the OG Aunt Viv would be supporting Will. And I would have never thought that Tatyana Ali would have been against Will.
But he basically took her to the red table.
He did. That's
he didn't
true.
take her to the red table, but he basically did on that reunion. And that was beautiful.
That's true.
But he needed to go ahead and take Chris to the red table.
I agree. What about the word of the day?
All right, guys. Our word of the day. I lost it.
There it goes. It's coming
Where
back
is
up.
it?
Oh, right there.
You see the word of the day?
No, I thought you had it on your.
Oh, it's right here. It's right here.
There you go.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, it ain't
Shoot.
Lord of mercy.
Oh, here it is.
Okay, here we go.
All right, the word of the day, guys, is voracious.
Voracious.
We don't use this word very often.
But
I think it's a good word.
I've only used the word when I talk about the way somebody eats. I say that's a voracious eater, but that's not even what the definition has to do with.
Well, maybe there's.
But there might be more. There might be more than one.
There might be more than one. But so voracious means. I want to read it from this. I want to read it in a different way. So here it is. Someone who is voracious. So that's what I want to say. Someone who is voracious speaks the truth. Like your brutally honest friend who always lets you know what she thinks about your outfit, your hairstyle, your lasagna recipe, and your taste in movies. Okay? Think of a voracious person as someone who is like a witness under oath, someone who speaks the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So I actually had a friend like that. I knew that when I asked this friend, when I asked her what she thought, she was going to tell me the whole truth. And I actually appreciated that voraciousness. Can I say that? I don't know if that's a word. But
her veracity. I don't know. But you wanted somebody who you knew was going to tell you the truth no matter what. This is the person that, in my opinion, loves you enough to tell you about yourself.
Yeah, and let me tell you, that's rare.
It is
You're
rare.
not going to find a lot of people who are going to be brutally honest with you.
Right.
To the point where it could hurt.
Yeah.
And, I appreciate that about my sister because she tells me the truth. I appreciate that about you because you tell me the truth. But I have not even a handful. Like, I got a couple of people, of course, my mother, and father or whatever.
Right.
But I'm just saying people who are, I don't know if I have a lot of close friends that I could say would tell me, well, maybe I do. Maybe I do have a couple, but whole truth, brutally honest. I don't know.
I think your friends of your friend group, I can think of 3 people right now who would be brutally honest with you.
Oh, I'm thinking some other ones. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking about it. I have 1, 2. I got 3. Yeah. I have about 3.
Maybe 5. Now, I'll say this. You have 3.
I would say a handful.
You have 3 that will be brutally honest with you even if you didn't ask them to be. There's another 2 or 3 who, if you said to them, listen, I need you to just tell me the honest truth,
That's
they would
true.
do it then.
They would.
If you fully gave them permission.
Especially if I gave them permission.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
But they're not just offering that up to you all the time.
I have some good friends who are going to tell me the truth.
You do.
But I'm talking about that voracious person who is going to tell you the truth even if you don't ask.
That's exactly
I don't
right.
have many of those.
We don't have many of those.
And I don't know if you really want those.
You do.
You do.
You need those.
You do.
In general.
You do.
Because sometimes you think you want to know something and you ask for it. There are other times when you need to hear something, but you won't ask. That's when you need that friend that needs to tell you something that you wouldn't even.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Even if you didn't actually say, "Hey, give me this advice,"
but
or
I think
whatever.
what I was thinking was, if you have a friend that's always doing it, after a while it gets annoying.
That's true.
So you got to be balanced with that thing.
You're right.
Because
So
sometimes
my
people
point
don't
is-
want to hear the truth.
Right.
Sometimes people don't want to hear the brutally
But what I'm
honest
saying
truth.
is sometimes you need to hear it, even if
You
you don't
do.
want to hear it.
No,
And a
I
person
agree.
that
I agree.
loves you and that really loves you for you will know the difference.
Yes.
They will know this is a time where I cannot be silent. I have to tell John about himself.
Yes, and I'm going to say this. There is one place where you should always get the brutal honesty, and that is in marriage.
I agree. Your spouse
I need to
should
depend
be able,
on you
yes.
to tell me the whole truth, to say, babe, I'm sorry, but at that party, you did a little bit too much.
Right, exactly.
You were talking too much, or you shouldn't have said this or that or the other. Because, you might have a friend be like, that wasn't that bad,
Right. That's true.
Because they don't want to hurt your feelings.
That's
and I'm
true.
saying, I
You're
need my husband to be there to say to me, you were wrong.
Yes.
And I
listen.
Hold
Hold on real quick, babe.
Yeah.
You were wrong.
About?
I'm just saying that. I can't even think of anything. I just wanted to give you what you needed right there.
Okay.
I can't remember the last time you were wrong, but I'm serious. I can't.
That makes me feel great.
Why? It's just my memory's not good. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. No, but seriously, on a real note, that is very important.
It is.
And
It's
it was
extremely
nice
important.
to hear because they were both honest.
They were.
Aunt Viv was really honest about how she felt because she said it, honey.
Yeah.
That's one thing that OG Aunt Viv is gonna tell the truth.
Janet Hubert.
She's going to tell it.
Oh yeah.
Like it is.
That's
She
true.
ain't holding back.
That's true. And
She's gonna
I
tell
love
what
the way
she
she
really
leaned in and
feels.
said, listen,
She did.
both of them are wrong, but there's only so much you can take. And sometimes
Right.
you got to slap back.
I don't think she said both of them are wrong.
She did at the end of it. She said at the end.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I hope
You
I'm
sure
right
about that? Or that was Tatyana.
Well, this might be a situation where I can say, babe,
Is that how she said her name? Tatyana?
you were wrong.
Is it Tatyana?
Go down there and see real quick before we go to make sure I was right. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
let me go. So, see, this
That's
is
Tatyana Ali.
Yeah.
Keep going down.
It's Tatyana, isn't it? Oh no, it's Tatyana. You're right.
Ali.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep going down.
Okay, here it is. It says both actions were incorrect.
There you
You're
go.
right.
Both actions were
right.
incorrect.
So I was wrong.
Yes, you were wrong.
See, I can take it.
Now I can remember the last time you were wrong. Anyway, y'all.
Yeah.
So the point is, learn to tell the truth in your relationship, but speaking the truth in love is always the way to do it.
Yes.
And in love doesn't mean that what you have to say will not be hurtful.
Right.
But you don't have to be intending to be hurtful when you say it.
Exactly. And I think you can start off by saying, I know this might be hard to hear,
Correct. Brace
but
the
I
person.
love you and I
Yeah,
need you to know
I gotta tell you.
this is not against you as
Correct.
a person.
Right.
But I have to tell you this because I love you. I think
Yeah.
it's okay to put those,
Nothing
what do you
wrong
call
with that.
those when you start
Those
off?
qualifiers.
Qualifiers.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep. Maybe necessary.
It may be necessary,
Yeah.
especially to a person who may be words of affirmation
That's
and
true.
they have a hard time hearing certain things.
Agreed.
So
You know anybody like that?
I've never met anyone. like that. That's me, y'all. That's me.
Anyway, y'all, we'll see y'all next time. But before we go, I do want to say congratulations to North Carolina for being Coach K on his last, game. That's why we wearing these.
Yes. Yes.
See y'all next time.